Today, I'm going to tell you the story of a woman who had only $6 left in her pocket and still chose to do the right thing when no one was watching. And what happened next will remind you why kindness always finds its way back. Maren Wallace was 26 years old, and she had been counting coins on the bus every single morning for the past 8 months. Ever since her mother's hospital bills had swallowed up everything she owned, she worked the early shift at a small bakery on the edge of town, kneading dough before sunrise, her hands cracked from flour and cold water. Her uniform patched at the elbow, because she couldn't afford a new one. That Tuesday morning, she had exactly $6 folded in her apron pocket. Enough for a bus ticket home, and maybe a stale roll if the bakery didn't sell out. She was sweeping the sidewalk outside the shop when she saw it, a thick brown leather wallet, lying half-hidden beneath a parked car. And when she picked it up, her breath caught in her throat because inside were stacks of $100 bills, more cash than she had seen in her entire life, along with a black card and a driver's license bearing the name Nathaniel Cole. Her fingers trembled as she counted without meaning to, nearly $4,000 sitting right there in her palm. And for one long, dizzying moment, she thought about her mother's medication. About the eviction notice taped to her apartment door. About how easy it would be to simply walk away and never say a word. But Maren closed the wallet, tucked it inside her apron, and told her manager she was stepping out for 15 minutes because somewhere in this city a man was probably panicking right now, and she couldn't imagine adding that kind of fear to anyone's day, even a stranger's. If you're already feeling something in your chest right now, that's exactly why stories like this matter. So before we go further, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for kindness, true stories. Because what happens next to Maren is going to stay with you long after this video ends. The license listed an address across town, in a part of the city Maren had only ever seen from the outside. Tall glass buildings with doormen in pressed suits and cars gleaming like mirrors. She almost turned back twice, certain that a woman in a flour-dusted apron had no business walking into a lobby like that. But she thought about how frightened she would feel if she lost everything she had, and she kept walking. The doorman eyed her cautiously until she explained why she had come. And within minutes a man appeared from the elevator, tall, tired-looking, his tie loosened like he hadn't slept, and the moment he saw the wallet in her hands, his shoulders dropped with relief. Nathaniel Cole was 34 years old, and though Maren didn't know it yet, he was the founder of one of the largest tech companies on the East Coast. A man whose face rarely appeared without a headline attached to it. He had lost the wallet the night before rushing out of a business dinner, and inside it wasn't just cash. It was his late father's pocket watch tucked into a hidden compartment. The only thing he had left of him. When he opened the wallet and found the watch still there, something in his expression cracked, like a wall had come down for just a second, and he asked Maren how much she wanted as a reward. She shook her head and told him she didn't want anything, that she only wanted to make sure it got back to the person it belonged to, because that was simply the right thing to do. Nathaniel stood there stunned, because in his world, everyone always wanted something, and here was a woman in a stained apron who wanted nothing at all. He insisted on driving her back to the bakery himself, and during that short ride he learned pieces of her story, about her mother's illness, about the bills stacking up, about the $6 in her pocket that morning. And though Maren hadn't meant to share so much, something about his quiet, genuine attention made the words come easily. He didn't offer pity, and he didn't offer charity either. Not at first, he simply listened, really listened, in a way no one had in longer than she could remember. Over the following weeks, Nathaniel found small reasons to return to the bakery. First to thank the owner personally, then to buy bread he clearly didn't need, then simply because he wanted to see Maren again, and slowly a friendship began to form between two people whose lives could not have looked more different on paper. He learned that she stayed up late some nights just to be near her mother's hospital bed, that she still dreamed of opening her own small bakery one day, that she never once asked him for help even when he offered it plainly. And Maren learned that Nathaniel wasn't the cold, untouchable name she'd read about online, that he carried his own grief quietly, that he had built an empire, but still ate dinner alone most nights, that honesty from her had reached him in a place his money never could. When her mother's condition worsened, Nathaniel quietly arranged for her to see the best specialists in the city, not as a reward, not as a transaction, but because by then he genuinely cared what happened to this family, and Maren was too moved to refuse. Her mother recovered enough to come home, and on the day she was discharged, Nathaniel was there in the hallway waiting, holding a small bouquet of flowers, and looking more nervous than a billionaire has any right to look. Over the following months, what started as gratitude between two strangers grew into something neither of them expected, a quiet, steady love built not on wealth or rescue, but on respect. And it changed both of their lives in ways neither could have imagined the morning Maren found that wallet on the sidewalk. A year later, Nathaniel helped her open a small bakery of her own, not as a gift, but as a partnership, because he believed in her talent long before he believed in anything between them. And on opening day, when she looked around at the life she had built, she thought back to that morning with $6 in her pocket and a decision that changed everything. If this story moved you even a little, that's exactly the kind of goodness the world needs more of. So please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs a little hope today, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories. Because if you believe kindness like Maren still matters in this world, that simple click helps us keep telling these stories for you.